I wish we could do something like The Buzz again, but admittedly, we stopped also at the right time, Miguel, kasi I'll tell you what I can. Yes, we are in the process of preparing one show, but MJ, I'm not in a hurry. I will do my shows when I am allowed to be able to do, because I'm also very careful about exposing myself to, to the dangers of this pandemic. Pero kasalukuyan po, yes, we are brainstorming, we have had meetings, and I should be able to do specifically for the various platforms, TFC, free TV, whatever. I'm open to the gifts of the universe, but I'm hoping for the best. But I will also admit that we are in difficult times. Hindi lamang because of the pandemic, but because we don't have we don't have ABS-CBN the way we used to have it. It's 2020 was, how do you call the annus horribilis, ika nga. It was a horrible year, and I'm looking forward to better years, but I'm willing to wait. Itong pandemic has given me enough time to reset. It has given me enough time to take a few steps backward and see where I am. And where I am is I'm just so excited to come back to television. I love television. And I am now embracing the digital platforms, but I am most comfortable with television because that's where I was happiest and that's where I was trained. The most difficult interview, I was doing private conversations. I did an interview with Sister Christine Tan, the late Sister Christine Tan. I was doing the show live, I was going live, private conversations. I would do research, as I would always do in my interview. So, nag-aral ako. I think if I remember correctly, the good sister was sent to the show because they were trying to promote a fundraising for a certain project in Leveriza. That's where she was based, Leveriza, Pasay. Nangyari, hindi kami magkakilala, so umupo siya. And that's the most challenging about doing a live show because you have very limited time. And then she arrived on the set, napagod. So, yung unang Kate, yung unang body, yung first 12 minutes, was, I think, yun yung unang pumasok kasi sa isipan ko, was, I think, the most difficult 12 minutes of my life. Hindi ko alam kasi one line, one word sumagot si Sister Christine Tan. Kumusta po kayo, Sister Christine? Welcome to Private Conversations. Mabuti. Sister, ano po ang inyong ginagawa? Madre ako. Sister, bilang madre, ano po ang inyong gusto ko? Ano ho ang ganun? It's such a struggle. I didn't know if I would survive the 12 minutes. I was praying. So, yun. Sister, bakit? Because Sister Christine Tan came from a well-off family of, I think, Pasay. She was working with the poor of Leveriza. Sister, bakit mo ginagawa ang ginagawa mo? Gusto ko. Ano po ang nakukuha mo dito sa iyong ginagawa? Happiness. It's just ganun, Kate. Talagang 12 minutes. We were just talking, etc. Of course, lumipas yun. And I kept on praying. I said, Lord, give me the words. Actually, binaba ko na yung research ko. Sabi ko, ay, panunuurin ko na lang ito. Let's see kung saan kami makakarating. Yun. Hanggang I went into my second body and I started to lighten up. And I said, Sister, let's talk about love of God. So she started to talk about love. And then I found my way to say, Sister, did you ever fall in love with a man before you decided? Doon siya oo naman. Just ko, sabi ko, that was a light in the, not in the end of the tunnel, but sabi, sister, talk about love. Doon lang, na parang, okay, matatapos ko ang show na ito. Doon sa second level ng iyong tanong, na was there an interview that I felt I wanted to do it again because I could have done better? Kate, lahat. Every interview you do, you always say, hindi ako nakapag-follow up. Di ba? Yung parang, why wasn't I able to ask a question? I cut the guest, in the middle of an answer. I phrased my question in a way that I could have phrased better. That is the reason why every time I'm asked, kinokopya ko yung sagot lagi ni Barbara Walters, what is your best interview? It is the next one. Mahirap. Lahat ng sinabi mo, totoo yun. We're very personal. We're very personal. We're very emotional. We are relationship driven. Hindi tayo, dito sa atin, adversarial, contrarian interviews have no place in Philippine culture. Halimbawa, pangarap na ng bawat interviewer, how I wish I would be able to do what Steven Sucker does on Hard Talk. How I wish I could do just a little bit of what Piers Morgan does, of course, before the walkout in Good Morning Britain. Pangarap yan ng bawat interviewer. We cannot be adversarial, we cannot be contrarian because hindi yan tanggap natin ang ating kultura. Hindi tayo pwede mambastos, hindi tayo pwedeng mag-overly disagree. Kasi pag nangumbida ka ng bisita, you are polite, to be courteous, and you are not expected to be adversarial, to be hostile. But gusto ko lamang malaman ng marami na merong mga interviewers, may mga interviews that are meant to be hostile, that are meant to be contrarian, that are meant to be controversial, that are meant to go against everything that the guest says. Okay. When I'm made to do an interview with somebody who is a friend, a close friend or a friend, or somebody who belongs to the same network, totoo yan, Jojo, it's walking on tightrope. Walking on tightrope. Yung parang, paano ko ba gagawin ito? Makakalusot ba ako dito because my audience deserves better? Will I be a sellout if I don't do the interview? It's a balancing act. And the answer to that is sometimes you don't know what to do until you're there. Pero, and this is very important to me, lahat naman tayo, we report, we write, we broadcast, we do interviews. Natutunan ko all the years that I have been on air interviewing public figures, celebrities. No interview is more important than a relationship. No interview is more important than a relationship. Kaya ako, kung magbabalato ako, para hindi lang ako makasakit, hindi na ako magtatanong. Hihingi na lang ako ng tawad sa audience ko na hindi eh. There are people who are just so brittle. It's a choice between inflicting pain and doing your job. Ako isang interview lang naman yun. Parati ko sinasabi. I look forward to the next interview. Ang nangyayari tuloy dyan, Jojo, when a friend feels that you exercise utmost prudence and respect, when the time comes that there is an important story, top of mind ka nung taong yun. Kasi alam niyang iginalang mo siya. I enjoyed the interview. As a matter of fact, I might just do an interview react to that particular interview. Ang dami kong natutunan kasi hindi lang pala yung ipinalabas ng CBS. There were outtakes that were not part of the interview that was shown to the world. So, ang dami kong... Kanina, Jojo, for example, raised the point that when Gerald said, I'm happy I didn't pursue it because I wanted to give it to him. When OPRAH was told that there was a member of the royal family that had who was worrying about as to the color of Archie when Meghan was pregnant. I was so interested to go deeper into the story. Pero alam mo na hanggang dun lang si Oprah, you know, and apparently they was told that it was Prince Philip and it was not a queen, you know, who told them that. I was mesmerized by that interview. The best gift, I think, of Oprah is being able to do interviews in a casual manner, but asking the questions that I like as an audience and getting the answers that I want to hear and the answers that I don't want to hear. I think that's a gift. Wow, one of the most controversial interviews, and it also polarized the world in a way. Some thinking that it was good that they did an interview. Others said they shouldn't have done that because the grandfather is in the hospital. Queen Elizabeth is 94 years old, and many other thoughts. But I was, as an interviewer, as a fan of Oprah, I was mesmerized by that interview. I don't know how to answer that. It doesn't flatter me because I'd like a sense of continuity. Alam mo, Albert, that's why I teach. That's why I train. That's the reason why I am very generous with the little things that I know, because I'd like this job, I'd like the talk industry to have a sense of continuity. So how do I react? I'm not flattered. Alam mo kung bakit? Isang level pa dyan, Albert, is your Tito Boy, I know that if there is one immutable law in the business, it is that no one lasts forever. I know that somebody will come along. I know somebody will come along. Ang debate dyan, is it going to be better or not better than, boy, that's not the point. But somebody will do my job. Biologically, I will grow old and I will be, and in the context and the language of show business, I will be a has-been one day. I will be a has-been. And it's a different concept. It's not easy to think about what am I going to do? Wala na, hindi na ako. I'm not going to be able to host my television shows. But that is real. That is real. Am I afraid to be a has-been? Just a little bit. Probably yes, because but I'm not going to be irrelevant. That's the reason why I had to finish my PhD, because I'll be able to teach in the university. That's the reason why I like teaching. That is also the reason why I like farming. Sabi ko nga, nung nag-umpisa ang pandemic, iuwi nyo lang ako sa Samar, I'm okay. So, I really pray that more talk show hosts, more interviewers come along so that we have a vibrant talk industry. I hope more people study, more people are interested in the discipline, in the craft, so that we'll be able to do, we'll have an industry that's spirited, vibrant, alive, and sexy. Pero totoo yan, kasi I can't do what I do forever. I'm using very strong words because I also want to feel it. Malalaos ako. Alam ko yun. One day, I'm going to be forgotten. I mean, sana hindi masyado kaagad. But I'm going to be forgotten. That's the law of this business, of the celebrity business. Yeah, but again, that's the reason why I share, I teach, I mentor, I coach. I want more talk show hosts. I want more interviewers. My answer to that is be the best of who you are and just stay true to who you are. and be very clear with your intent. I am here in front of you because I am an interviewer, I am a reporter, I am a journalist, and I'm going to ask you questions. Alam mo, Miguel, malaking bagay sa atin, kanina nga I had that discussion na, malaking bagay sa atin kasi yung magalang, malaking bagay yung nakikinig, malaking bagay yung hindi tayo sanay sa may sinabi ka, kontra ako kaagad. You know, because the past weeks I've been watching Piers Morgan in Good Morning Britain. Iba sila, di ba?
Yes.
Yung pag sinabi mo puti, itim. Pag sinabi mong north, ganon, east,
to
west,
the point of walking
north,
out.
south. It's plus the walk out. But that happens because it's also cultural. It's really cultural. I cannot imagine doing a hard talk kind of an interview in this country. I cannot imagine doing a Good Morning Britain in this country. Tayo nga, sabi ko nga, inuulit ko, maputol mo lang ang guest sa gitna bastos ka na eh. So, when in the absence of a relationship, build that. Because you can build a relationship. It starts with a smile. Sometimes it starts with a simple question. It starts with a well-researched interview. One of the best ways to show respect to a guest is to know what you're talking about. And if in the event you don't know, have enough humility to say that I am hearing this for the first time. I wish we could do something like The Buzz again, but admittedly, we stopped also at the right time, Miguel, kasi we were pushed to obsolescence by social media. I will admit that with humility. Gone were those days when you were looking for an exclusive story, you go to The Buzz. You're looking for a scoop, you go to The Buzz. You were looking for an exclusive interview, you go to The Buzz. Today, the landscape has changed. Important moments in their lives, they post it on IG. Social media has pushed us to, I don't know if it's cruel, to obsolescence to a certain extent. So, ngayon, but we cannot afford social media to kill us. We cannot afford social media because television or other platforms have distinct functions. Like, alam mo, Miguel, pinanonood ko halimbawa yung Meghan Markle at saka OPRAH, ang taray ng CBS. I mean, no streaming. This is television. Di ba? Merong ganung dynamics ngayon. I think which was started by the OPRAH exclusive with Meghan Markle. Hindi talaga sila nagpa-stream. You know, 17 million people viewed it and another how many millions in Great Britain. But of course, when it opened to social media, it exponentially increased. But I think storytelling has changed in many ways. So when The Buzz comes back, instead of doing exclusives, I think there should be more commentary. There should be more analysis. There should be more confirmatory news. So mababago yung texture, yung panlasa, iibahin mo. And that's the only way to survive. We have to embrace the powers of social media. Everybody has become a reporter. Everybody has become a broadcaster. Everybody has become what we do. So what do you do in a situation like this? Level up your performance and discover your equity in a landscape that has so much parity between what used to be viewers and hosts and interviewers and performers. Everybody has homogeneous to a certain extent on social media. Wala eh. A question that I used to ask, I probably still ask the same questions, but I found a way of rephrasing them now. But I can't think of any. I can't think of any. Alam mo, kasi patuloy ako nag-aaral, Aaron, Richard, I know you're there. I continuously study phraseology, for example, how questions are phrased, how questions are asked. wala akong staple question that I ask that I don't ask anymore. I have none. I have none. I stopped my mirror because I went to Fast Talk. You invent something. So after Fast Talk, I don't know what's going to happen.